Constructive rest. For 15 minutes, lie on your back with your head supported by 2 thin books or 1 medium-sized paperback book. And what you're looking for is just to see that the neck is reasonably extended, so we're not getting an arch or compression in your neck, but that your head can rest comfortably on the books and your back can rest comfortably on the floor. And you have your knees bent, your feet flat on the floor to support your lower back. So we're also looking for here is that you don't have an arch in your lower back, but that it's reasonably supported by the floor. And we get that when your knees are bent and your feet are flat on the floor. And your hands can either be at your side or resting on your belly. And you can have your eyes open or closed here. And you're thinking of just allowing the floor to support you. So you're giving over any effort or holding into the support of the floor. With nothing to improve or fix or change. So you're turning down the volume on that analyzing or planning part of your brain, the busy part of your brain that thinks ahead to what you're going to do next or analyzes something that just happened. So turn down the volume on that part of the front of your brain. And then you can just turn up the volume on that back part of the brain, that receiving part of your brain. This is the part of your being that registers sensations from inside your system. And also receives awareness from your environment. So you may turn up the volume on all of your senses. In particular, your sensory tactile sense, your skin sense. So you may feel the air on your skin, the feeling of the fabric of your clothes against your skin. The floor against your skin. So even in this stillness, let that awareness come to you, come up to that part of your brain that registers that information. And as you're lying on your back, you can connect to all of the verticality, the lengthening of your spine. It's not something that you have to do, it's just something that inherently is present. So You can even put your hands on your sits bones at the bottom of your torso. And then put another hand just gently at the crown of your head. So that's the length of your torso. And between your sits bones and the crown of your head, we have all these horizontal diaphragms of the pelvic floor radiating out in all directions. We have the horizontal diaphragm at the thoracic diaphragm, the muscle that we associate with breath, radiating out in all directions. We have the horizontal diaphragm at the vocal cords, in the throat, and the roof of your mouth, and the crown of your head. So all of those diaphragms are just parallel here as you're lying down, creating space and volume in the container of your torso, all the way from sits bones to crown of your head. As you just let the floor support you and be in that space. Your mind is quiet, and you're simply just staying with your sensation of the floor beneath you. And as you're lying on the floor, you may be aware of that cellular breath, the natural flow of air in and out of you. You may notice that around your center, around the belly, the gentle movement of expanding and gathering there as you let the air move in and out. You may notice that gentle movement in your back against the floor. You may even be aware of that gentle movement through your upper part of your torso as the rib cage gently expands and gathers, following the rhythm of your breath. So while you're spending this 15-minute time on your back, on the floor, in constructive rest, you can just allow your awareness to float between all of those things that we just covered. Your length in your torso from sits bones to crown, the release of your neck as your head is supported by the books, the horizontal diaphragms radiating out to create volume through your whole body. The feeling of the floor against your skin, the feeling of the air against your skin, and the natural rhythm of your airflow as your breath moves in and out. And if your thinking tends to be busy or tends to wander, just allow that to happen. And then you can bring your focus back to one of those areas that we've already mentioned. Turning down the volume on those busy thoughts. And instead turning up the volume on your skin sense. Turning up the volume on that breath awareness. And you can continue in this way after the video has stopped, just working on yourself for the rest of the 15 minutes. And be sure to record your observations after your constructive rest. How are you feeling? What is your mental state? Do you feel calm? Do you feel open? Do you feel more released? What are your physical sensations? And be sure to record these in your journal. And now I'll leave you to work on yourself for the rest of your time.